Hey everyone, welcome back. We're at the very start of the industrial era as the Siamese. Just come out of the early modern where we chose the Spanish, despite, normally I probably would have taken the Dutch, but we needed a little extra oomph to take over another continent. The Hittites had ascended multiple times and proved to have an extremely large army, and if you want to actually see me losing some battles, I would recommend you go take a look at that, because I lost plenty of battles. However, we did manage to overcome. Now we're in the industrial. I'm going to go ahead and actually claim the Statue of Liberty, I think. Though there are quite a few inroads on my culture in a few places, but I think I should be safe. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 21... 22 places where I'm culturally dominant, so that's like 450 output from Statue of Liberty. Yeah, I mean, Eiffel Tower might be worthwhile too, with the number of pops I have, though it's not as many as I think it is. I'm just gonna go ahead and claim Statue of Liberty. We'll build that eventually. It'll give me some fame, give me a little boost in my stability to one of my cities where I want to build it. I apologize. I felt like I was gonna like hiccup or burp or something there. Yeah. We'll leave the haven. And over in Carthage, let's get a few of these queued up. So these are the Siamese emblematic districts, the floating market. They can be placed just like a harbor. They do not work. They do not work slots or spots or tiles, whatever you want to call it, by like a harbor does. Instead, they do sort of work industry technically, but really the main benefit of the floating market is that they give you +1 money per population in your city. So they're very good in cities that have a lot of growth, which we do because of the number of harbors that we have, as well as one of the religious tenets, specifically the one that gives you more food on your harbors. I think it really matters where we build that. Just get a bunch of them queued up in all our cities. These are definitely ones that you want to have a lot built. And down here as well. And they just pillaged a harbor at the end of my last end of the last episode. We're just gonna rebuild that harbor there. We are gonna need some more stability in the city. And we can start with an apothecary. And we are semi-committed to garrisons as our form of stability. We'll get a few of those. And we can get a city watch as well, once that is appropriate. Okay, so one thing we are interested in is making sure we have purchased all these. We do have a obsidian manufactory as well as the ebony manufactory, so both of those are going to help us out a little bit. Alright, conquered empires. We'll want the +10 war support when winning a battle, but it's not super important, to be completely honest. We're fine without it. Now, thinking about the relative advantages of the haven here, this is providing a little bit of food, but I don't really need to keep a bunch. I don't have like a VOC warehouse or something that's benefiting, so I'm going to replace that with a floating market. The floating market is just going to give me more outputs. I don't need to trade everything. I have all the stuff I need at this point. I'll finish mercantilism, I guess. I forgot to change. And then we're going to go for encyclopedia for the academy, which gives major benefits to research quarters. We're going to go to, well, let me think. So steam engine into electricity is very good, so you get the extra outputs on all your quarters based on the amount of coal that you have. However, I want to go for line infantry, because at the moment the black player is quite a bit ahead in fame of other players, and I'm a little worried that they could continue to run away with the game a bit. Yeah, they just reached the contemporary with the Brazilians, so there you go. So I do want to get to line infantry fairly quickly so that I'm actually able to do something about them. Okay, what do these upgrade to? Carax. And it's better than nothing, I suppose. We'll wait. I'm more interested in upgrading these guys to line infantry once that becomes an option. Ooh, they have a navy. Okay. That is on my border for some reason. Well, we'll finish the floating markets. We are going to need men of war if we want to attack this other player. And we can use that as the spawn. We're going to get some men of war queued up by that floating market. And down here, losing a bit of stability, but we're not in danger territory as of yet. So let's get that basic infrastructure online and continue on the way towards more science output. Science is really king at this point in the game. And speaking of which, let's get science investing. I do not have a lot of coal. I have 3. That's not terrible. Could be better, though. And let's see here. Okay. So I am going to go ahead and evolve this into a city. We'll attach that right there. And we could start with floating markets. And I think we will do that. That works just fine. And then let's get some... See, I don't want to lose the food there. Over here, it looks okay for industry, so let's go out that way. We'll get some industry going, and then we'll come back to that once those are built. I'm just going to buy that, actually. And just continue the sort of industry quarters out this way. Just get our base industry online. And we're going to go on expert policy for production and then science. Let's see. 4 turns till carbine, and then 6 turns for line formation. Not ideal. Really need more science, to be honest. But this is, you know, if you don't go for science cultures and you have sort of a later aggression than you would in a normal game, don't fret about it too much. This is perfectly normal for a game like this, where you are playing with much more limited land. So do not worry. You are still perfectly capable of catching up to the AI in this situation. There are 3k fame ahead of me, but there is a lot of fame still available for me at this point in the game. Now, I'm not going to get any aesthete stars. I mean, I might get one, but aesthete stars are going to be largely out of reach for me because I did not pick the Ming. If you didn't pick the Ming, you can pretty much assume you're not going to get your aesthete stars. You can get them in the contemporary with like the Egyptians. The Egyptians do have the ability to generate a lot of influence, but yeah. Ming are really the go-to aesthete. So, Inventor's Workshop and Academy. Need both of those very much. Same right here. And Tatusa. Yep, you need it too. Don't quite need it in here yet. When did I build a market quarter? Oh, it's right there. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Adjacent to the floating market. Don't really have a great spot for that. I might focus on money in here, to be honest. I only have one other money-focused city, and I have a lot of other cities with research quarters. And I'd prefer to continue to generate extra money to make sure I'm getting my merchant stars. Okay. So, let's get the bank. Let's get the stock exchange. I'm going to buy that floating market. And in Byblos, you're still working on the Men of War, which is fine, but we are going to want the Academy after that. And let's get a City Watch as well. We are running a little low on stability there. Okay, 3 turns to line formation, so I'm going to stockpile my gold from here. Go for upgrades, and then hopefully go take some land from Black, because they are doing better than I want them to be. I am actually going to buy this gemstone, even though it's very expensive. It'll help me with my gold output quite a bit. I do have a decent number of maker's quarters. Okay. So let's grab another maker's, and then we can start getting some more market quarters. And then we're going to want some of this basic market infrastructure as well to make sure we get that gold generation up and keep it high. Probably going to need another army down here. I'm worried about this player. No, I don't want to give you 5,000 gold. That's a lot of gold. So what I'm going to do, running a little low on stability here as well. It gives an extra 6 faith, so why not? So what I'm going to do is take that out. Then I'm going to get some, one more turn for line infantry. We'll wait. I'm going to get an army of line infantry down here just in case this player becomes an issue. Hopefully they will not. Okay, so I'm going to upgrade these guys first because they are the most dated. Okay, gotta keep stockpiling some money here. Going to go for steam engine into electricity next. Really start cranking up my outputs as much as I can. The AI are very bad about researching electricity for some reason. Pretty much every game, I end up being the first player to research electricity, which is useful because it is a competitive deed. So, okay, let's go on a scouting mission. Now, I do not have artillery, so I won't have any indirect fire, but hopefully I'll be able to deal with them anyway. They are the Zulu, so they were the Zulu, so they're going to have some dangerous stuff. Wonder if they'll share maps. No, I'm not paying you. But I do have a lot of legacy traits that are going to assist me here, specifically the Spanish. As well as the Norsemen, actually, because it is still bugged, so that it applies to land units. And I had considered going for the Germans, because their trait is bugged as well. But that seems like overkill to me, honestly. I'm already going to be getting like +5 combat strength, and I have meditate often. So, just seems a little bit too much, in my opinion. Do you have grievances? Yeah. Should have demanded that a little earlier. Now, the nice thing is I did unlock the Civic that allows me to continue to trade even when I'm at war with someone. So I can continue to get a lot of these trades even though we will be in conflict. Okay, so arquebuses are going to be the next ones, and I'm not going to worry about upgrading the conquistadors because they're able to move and fire. So we're going to send them as is, and when we inevitably, hopefully, I wouldn't say inevitably, but when we take a city, we'll use that opportunity to upgrade the conquistadors to line infantry. The conquistadores, as you might say. Could also take this independent city right here, and that would serve as a good staging point. Definitely something to consider. Now I'm running out of slots in here. I'm 5 population over. I could go for hamlets. And I think I'm going to get one. It gives one of every slot and a decent amount of outputs. And then back to some more maker's quarters. Or market quarters, I should say. Okay, I got my little army here. We'll just have you come over to this city so you're defending appropriately. And just unlocked coal, so let's make sure we get those. That's not a great hamlet. It's okay, but it's not great. We're doing well on food in here. I think we just continue focusing on science. I don't really want to get rid of that. I would kind of wish it wouldn't suggest locations like that, because I don't want to delete that commons quarter. It's providing a lot of stability for me. For those arquebusiers. And away we go. Just letting my men of war do some scouting. Yeah, I think this taking this independent city seems like a good idea to me. Ah, they're rebels. That makes sense. I can actually... Oh, okay. I thought I could absorb them. I was like, I just met them. But I cannot absorb them. I'm just misreading the interface. So let's move everyone forward. Definitely going to take these rebels out. It's like an independent people pretty much never survives this late into the game. It's very, very rare. Unless you're playing on like New World or something. Okay. You can be idle. Let's go for learning. Always want to continue to increase my science output. And we are going to need to build a coal mine right there. I think that's all the coal I have. I do have one down here that I need to build too. Ooh, and I have a manufactory that I can get. I must have traded for a resource at some point and didn't notice I could build the manufactory. Get a harbor in here. It's 51 food. I already have 432 food, so that seems a little bit redundant to me. We'll put that off for a bit. Now, do they have anywhere where I can attack them coastally? No, doesn't look like I can initiate combat with my ships, which is too bad. Okay, move these conquistadores up, so we can get up onto high ground. Doesn't look like it. Have to go through Black's territory. Which, you know, we'll need to do at some point. Just not yet. Let's take these random units out. I don't understand how they're outside my line of sight, but they're still out of my line of sight. They're like these... You see these clouds? They seem to obscure line of sight, and they're not always obvious where they are. Just an interesting way of making naval terrain more interesting, I suppose. There we go. Non-aggression pact with green there is useful. So, we're kind of out of slots to utilize here. Honestly, let's get some of that military infrastructure. I had 1,000 industry already, 1,100, so I'm not going to worry about more industry at this point. Maybe later in the game, but not yet. Dutch went up as the Persians. This is in a very inconvenient location to get to. Which I suppose, you know, makes sense in some ways. If you're playing very defensively, you want a city that is inconvenient to get to. Alright, Carthage. 52 population. Not bad at all. Okay, I'm out of good spots for harbors, so what else can I build? I do need an academy in here. I'm going to get a playhouse. I'll take a look at cultures in a second. A little under 1,000 industry. I could do with another maker's quarter, honestly. And then back to some more research quarters. Alright. Still have a lot of stars I can get. Typically, the industrial era is one of my best eras. We'll think about who we want to go up as. I'll probably go for a fast victory this time rather than like a high score victory like I normally do, just because I'm a little more time limited. But we will see. If I'm going for a fast victory, I'll probably take like the Japanese because of the tech discount that they get. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit painful. Oh, okay. And the reason I say it's going to be a little bit painful is because I'm kind of have to go through a choke. But I do have a lot of open terrain over here, so... Gonna shoot him? Thank you. It took long enough. Why did you stop there? I'm getting zone controlled right there. That makes sense. Okay. Well, let's do that, and let's do that, and then we'll have you move right here. I don't really care if those reinforcements come in. Doesn't matter at all. I don't really need these. Just end the turn. Impy. I mean, yeah, they're impy, but I have 58 combat strength line infantry. So, you know, who's the real threat here? Are you gonna shoot? Like, is my game bugging out? Okay. Come on. Okay, something's going wrong here. I'm just gonna grab the flag. Or I can't, because there's someone there and they're not moving down. Okay, at least I can see them now. Hello? Yeah, something's going weird with my ability to shoot things and select things. Yeah, you see that? My mouse is down here and it's shooting that unit. It's bizarre. Sometimes there's certain times this seems to happen, even though the rest of the game seems to be working totally fine. And in your next battle, it won't be an issue. And it only seems to occur on a few specific tiles. It's really hard to say what's causing it. And they're straight up just not gonna... Okay. Alright, thanks for the free city. That's an okay location. It's not my favorite. We're going to need to get urban planning for the city cap. Could think about combining a city somewhere as well, but I think that's too big of a stability hit at the moment. Well, let's get more market quarters in here. Fill this out. Men of War just hanging out. Okay, Hattusa. Hattusa is all science at the moment. I'm actually going to pick up a city watch. And then let's build out some more science districts up there. And over here, get these floating markets down for a nice little boatload of money. Okay, expert policy, going to go industry and then science. And those cogs can wait. We're waiting for our war support to build up a little bit so we can declare a formal war. And these conquistadors can get upgraded to line infantry. I think we can combine some units here. We definitely can. So let's send 2 in there. We'll send the other 2 into this army here. We'll just get ready to attack that city right away. I don't think they have any units there. And then we'll send another army down towards Napata. Now, Mycenae is kind of their main city. So that's definitely something we'll want to take from them, but it may have to wait for a second war, we will see. Okay, running out of food here, but we still have plenty of slots we can fill up. So I am going to invest in an agriculture quarter or 2. Just to make sure I can keep growing there. Alright, so Academy of Arts is the one we want here. +1 influence on Commons Quarter per adjacent district. Great if you're like the Italians or you're building a lot of Commons Quarters for other reasons. Academy of Arts, though, +1 influence on research quarters per adjacent district. Definitely need that in order to compete for the Aesthete Aerostars. Very important infrastructure to have. I pretty much build it right away every time I'm able to. I honestly forget what the trigger is for it. I can't recall off the top of my head. So every city that has research quarters is going to need that, including you, my friend, and over in Belos as well. Well, I can wait till after that research quarter finishes. All right. Gonna need more food in here too. Well, we'll pick some up right there. It's fine. There's a little bit of production, but it's no big deal. Sign you up there. Our Impy are 55 combat strength. I have a base of 55 as well. So if I start my turn in enemy territory, I get +3 thanks to my legacy trait. Political entitlement. I could go for the combat strength on emblematic units, but honestly, I like the +3 combat strength on militia, just in case you get kind of caught out by surprise. The AI have a habit of like sneaking an army around and attacking you somewhere you didn't expect. So I do like having that extra little assurance that I can hold on to a city in case there is an unexpected attack. Okay, let's build that, and then we're going to pick up garrison, I think. Gonna need a couple of these just for stability purposes. Now I could use the builder mode. I don't really like it, and honestly I value science more than pretty much anything else at this point. So I'm not going to turn that on, just going to leave it as is. No real need for it at the moment. Now I could start on the Statue of Liberty, and that might be a good idea. Maybe in Sidon, because it's running low on stability. Let's do that. Put it right up against the city, why not? Make it nice and aesthetic. Well, stack everyone on there. Because just in case the other wonders of this era haven't been claimed yet, it would be nice to claim those, just for the extra fame they can provide. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, creeping up on war support. Do you want max war support before I declare war? Neither of those really matter that much. You can go for the extra stability on territory, but I'd want a way to come back, like this one right here, freedom of speech. But I am not doing great on my influence output at the moment, so it's gonna take a while. -25 science on 8 cities, or just -100 gold. I think I'll lose 100 gold, is the obvious choice. Okay, so the city's kind of a hodgepodge of different things. It's going to be pretty stable. There's a decent number of market quarters, or why did I say market quarters? Commons quarters. Honestly, the city's missing a lot of infrastructure. Production's okay. Let's get one more maker's quarter while we're at it. Okay, urban planning, Statue of Liberty. All right. So next up, I could go for microbiology. It'll make things make it easier to continue to grow, give me more stability on all my cities. The other option, I can pick up trench warfare, which I think I'm going to do for the Gatling elephants that are quite strong, and eventually for artillery. But I'll need the combustion engine for oil. However, I would really like to get microbiology. So I'm going to get the Gatling elephants and then make it easier to grow my cities. I think that makes sense for the time being. Okay, and get some more science quarters. Let's connect this all up so it's all protected by walls. Decent amount of industry. That looks good for now. And over here, let's prioritize money over science, since that's what we're focused on. And get a couple more of those. All right, children's rights. We'll use that to get the +1 researchers, but we need to save up some more influence before we do that. Probably not going to be combining any cities this game. I'm so used to playing the Ming. Honestly, when I play games that I don't record, I end up picking the Ming almost every single time I play. Just that extra stability is really nice, and their influence generation capabilities are really strong. Okay. 97 war support, one more turn and we'll be at 100. There we go. Gonna make a quick save. And... oh, got another demand I can make. Let's refuse your demand since you're at max war support anyway. And someone's attacking me. Okay, weird attack. That's fine. Am I getting the audio bug right now? It sounds like I am, but my volume when I record has to be super low, because otherwise it's way too loud for you guys. So I might have to do a quick quit and cut here once I resolve this combat, just to make sure that the audio is nice and crisp for everyone. Oh, I should have moved him, and I did not. That was silly of me. Those guys are bugged. Amazing. Yeah, I might have to reload anyway. Yeah, we're going to give this a reload, and I'll be back once we've loaded back in, and we'll take care of this. Alright folks, we're back, and thankfully I made a save right before this battle initiated, so we can just hop right back in here and get this battle resolved. In the meantime, no, we don't really want open borders. And I'm trying to remember what I queued up over here. I probably just went for more market quarters. I don't remember if I did anything over here, to be honest. We are going to need more food in here at some point. 30 food's pretty good. At least as far as agriculture quarters go. Okay, hopefully nothing bugs out this time. Make use of our men of war. The Impi are very resistant to being bombarded by cannons, apparently. There we go. So that was not the black player, that was just random roving rebels that... I'm not sure what it is about rebels. They never seem to attack the people they actually rebel from. They just go attack other people. It's kind of bizarre. Okay, we're going to wait a turn because I lost my movement on that since they got attacked by the rebels. Okay, and looking pretty good on stars for now. Let's give it another save. And now we'll finally declare war on these guys. Make that demand. Refuse yours, since you're already at max war support. And let's declare war on the Brazilians. And hope they don't have crazy technology. AI are not known for having crazy technology, but we will see. I'd prefer to attack from up there, but I don't want to deal with the rebels there. What? What? Excuse me? Why is this my only deployment? How does that make any sense? Can someone explain that to me? That's insane. Now I'm gonna lose that battle. Because even if you have reinforcements, you lose as soon as your last unit dies, and they're just gonna suicide everything. That is the dumbest thing I have ever seen in this game. That is so stupid. Why is that the battle zone? It told me what my deployment zone was going to be. Like, what? Now I'm gonna lose 2 units in this fight because they can suicide their units all over again. Because they replenish all their units. Dumbest thing I've ever seen. I shouldn't say that they replenish all their units, but they get all their militia back from... okay, so the way it works is... I shouldn't say they get all their militia back. The way it works is as long as you have militia, or as long as you have population, you are going to get militia, right? You get 1 militia per population up to the number of army slots that your empire can support. So right now I have a maximum of 8 slots in my army, and I think that's the highest that you can get unless you are playing the Romans, in which case you can get 9. It's actually a hidden benefit of the Romans, is that you can get 1 more militia defending your cities than anyone else can. Alright. And let's take care of these guys here. Looks like they have line infantry as well. Yep. So we'll have to keep that in mind. Thankfully, they retreated to a very bad position for them. Because they are about to get absolutely destroyed. These Impy, though, are just insane at taking fire. Okay. Celebrating fanatical resilience. Yeah, I mean, the health generation is going to be nice, to be honest. I'll go for that. Okay. And we'll wrap this up next turn. There we go. And there's trench warfare. Let's trash that line infantry and get a couple of the Gatling elephants. Really nice thing about Gatling elephants is the suppression effect. And the fact that it's a mobile suppression effect, right? It's not a suppression effect like the machine gun where you need to stay stationary in order to shoot. Makes it a lot more versatile and easier to use realistically. Take those knights out. So obviously, you know, machine guns are very good if you're on defense, but they're a lot harder to use when you're attacking. So just do the, you know, the line infantry crawl. Sure, you can make up a dance or something based on how you move line infantry kind of forward across the field like this. They have a stealth unit. So I'm actually going to stay in the battle and pay attention to where this thing is. There it is. Okay. Alright, they're just going to run forward and reveal themselves. Cool. 51 out of 49. So... Oh, I thought it said it had empty slots there. Which I was very confused about for a second. Let's keep going on money. No reason not to at this point. That's a decent tile there. I'll leave that one. And yeah, patriotic sounds good. I'm honestly not opposed to building another army here. However, let's get tourney fields for the discounts on units and police force for more stability. Let's get another garrison going. Run right there is fine, and we'll build another one like over there just in case we need it for some reason. And then we're gonna crank out a few Gatling elephants. Alright. Deal with this guy. So this is where we really start needing siege artillery to deal with dug in, because becomes very tedious to attack once the AI have dug in, because of the massive combat strength bonus you get from that when you're defending. There we go. Okay, so we're going to be going for Napata here. I'm just going to keep these units here. They'll be burning that city down basically as soon as I win the war. Assuming I even bother taking it. It's not the best city I've ever seen. Okay, they're going to zona control me, I guess, with their Scout Rider. Oh, alright. Die, Scout Rider. Okay, they ran away. And let's assault Napata. Okay, definitely... Yeah, I want to start up on those tiles. The rest looks good. As long as I kill a couple draftees here, they won't be able to sack their units on me and just instantly kill me. So, don't need to worry too much about that possibility. Really? I'm not going to kill him? I mean, there's a chance. Nope. Alright, well, can't really do anything else here unless I can get a shot from over here. Doesn't look like it. That's fine. They only have 4 units here, so all my units should survive. You can idle. You can intercept these people right here. Now, I could upgrade these to Karax. I really don't see the need to do that. I already have 5 Men of War, which is more than enough. Okay, knock out a little army there. Should always be looking for those opportunities to just pick off roving enemy units. What are they doing? Do I have an... What? Oh, they're the British. Okay, so they're trespassing. Alright, that's fine. Well, I'm probably going to take care of them, to be honest. I don't like having those units around. Might want to build a couple more, to be honest. Get a Gatling Elephant and another line infantry. And over here, knock those guys out. That's that. So, Blue, what are you up to? You're the Persians. And how's your fame? You're a little bit behind me. Seems like they may have taken a few things. I'm pretty sure Kerma used to be in the hands of Black. Will you give me open borders? No. Okay, they declared war on me. Alliance. I'm actually fine with that. Cultural agreement. Let's get a scientific agreement. Thank you. So I'm at war with Blue, who hopefully is a little less technologically advanced than Black is. And we're going to need to go through Blue to get to Black anyway. Pretty impressed they managed to invade a second continent, to be completely honest. It's not often you see the AI do that. I'm only going to go for 1 Gatling Elephant. That's going to eat up a lot of time. Actually, I don't need that harbor yet. Start working on some research quarters in here. ABR, always build research quarters. We can just instant resolve that. There's no way anything dies. Or even takes damage for that matter. And let's have you guys come down this way. I don't like when they just have people hanging out. Okay. Come back this way. Did they have another rebellion? Oh my god, they did. What's going on, Black? What are you doing? Something's going on with them. They're just having rebellions all over. Usually the AI don't have too many issues with stability. They have so many bonuses to it that it's just a non-issue for them to manage it. Oh, I can't shoot him there. Oh, because he's dying. Okay. Alright, where's the last one? Am I blind? Oh, he's right there. It's like, where'd he go? Okay. Okay, so Kerma, definitely a priority target. A lot of good stuff there. Look at how close these are. These can actually be really dangerous. Starts when you get continents like that. Especially, I've noticed against the Celts, it really sucks. Because they just have tons of units that they ship across the ocean to invade you constantly. Honestly, fighting against AI Celts in general is just awful. A massive pain. How did they get the city back? Okay, guess I have to take it from them again, even though it's not clear how they took it back. Okay. Guess you just do the same thing we did last time. Can I get any shots over here? Nope. Kerma, we could go for a naval attack on Kerma. And it does have the lighthouse, actually, which would be very nice for me to have. Improves my naval movement speed, and I have a lot of buffs to that. So how are they recapturing it? Of all the things I want fixed in Humankind, this cheese of, like, instantly recapturing your own city is very, very high on that list. It's just complete and utter nonsense. Like, at the very least, you know, there should be a cooldown or something where the AI can't, or just, you know, someone who lost a city is unable to take it back on the same turn that they lost it, or something. Or, like, the units that you take the city with get moved into the city so you can actually defend it. Oops, there we go. See if they do it again. Yeah, like, is it blue that's doing it? It must be. Because when someone else attacks, it's liberated back to the original owner. If so, if I say I'm at war with blue, right, and I take Kerma, and black takes Kerma from me, it gets returned to the original owner rather than having black occupy Kerma, unless black is also at war with blue. I'm going to go ahead and attack this with my ships. They do not have ranged units yet, so there's not much they can do about it. Now, it's going to be slow going because I can only shoot 2 of them at a time, apparently, but we'll see if they move. I'll bring the line infantry in eventually. This is a decently aesthetic city with this industrial plateau up here. Kind of like the look of it. Okay, those guys can idle. Down here, let's get rid of these guys. I don't like them hanging out. Right, building a Gatling elephant army there. And down here, we want to... Could get the police force. Don't really need a fertilizer plant. That is unnecessary. Let's continue investing in science. Down here, we could use the fertilizer plant, however, so we will pick that up. Also grab a theater. We'll grab the police force. Yeah. Well, we did a decent amount of damage to them. We'll come in and mop up with the line infantry on the next turn. Okay, make sure they don't take this back again. There we go. What are they attacking with? Not really... Ah, they have reinforcements. Okay. I was confused as to why it was saying they have higher strength than I do. I'm going to bring these units in as reinforcements, just in case. Do a manual battle. And definitely need to protect the back of the city here. Put some high health units on the front line. I can hang out over there. That's fine for now. Should be fine once my reinforcements come in. $55 combat strength. Oh, they adopted my religion. So they have meditate often. Kind of unfortunate. But that does happen when you have the dominant religion. Okay, let's get my elephants. Wabam. And over here. Don't have vision on them for whatever reason. Let's try up here. Really? You can't see anything? Well, let's just get everyone in. Yeah, that's fine. We'll see what they do. See, I'm not sure how they can see me, but I can't see them. Because we're at the same elevation, and it's not like it's a stealth unit. Or like these guys, yeah, I'm not always sure how that kind of line of sight works. It does seem a little bit broken at times, to be honest. It doesn't always feel like it's working as intended. Anyway, let's try to mop these guys up. There we go. And we'll start moving some folks forward here. Yeah, we can come up around that way behind him. All right. Ah. Of course there's another unit there. Okay. Alright, they brought the mortar in. Another thing they could work on with combat AI in this game is how they decide to bring in reinforcements. There are some battles the AI should accept they're going to lose and just try to preserve the units that they have. So, you know, stop bringing in reinforcements when you're already losing. Unless, you know, those reinforcements are going to turn the tide or whatever. Which, in this case, they're definitely not going to do. Let's get my elephants in here. Can I actually shoot those guys from anywhere? Yeah, doesn't seem like it. Right there, I suppose. Keep them suppressed. Even with the high ground, my Gatling Elephant has higher combat strength. Thanks to some broken legacy traits. And the Brazilians. Give me that. I guess that's all I'm really taking from them. Oh well. We'll probably fight them again. But their ability to generate Aerostars at this point is pretty much crippled since Blue took stuff from them. But we're going to have to go after Blue now. Good thing we're already at war. And of course, I somehow don't take Napata. Please, Amplitude, please fix that nonsense. It's so dumb. It's super abusive. The AI and the player do it. Just walk right into the city when it's being occupied, literally right after you fought a battle to conquer it. It's just dumb. Okay. We need stability in here. So we need a couple garrisons. You can just make a little triangle right there. And over here, let's get our floating markets online. We can absorb one of these. I'm going to take a risk because there are a lot of commons quarters. Perfect. We're totally fine on stability. I'm going to buy that maker's quarter. We'll get the floating market next. We're going to want that fishery. And going to want this infrastructure here. That'll keep it busy for a while. Let's get some more food since we're going to need more workers. Another farmer's quarter. Then some more research would be very nice. Go up this way. Okay, they're just going to sit there, I suppose. Come on. Are they actually gonna bring reinforcements to this city or anything? Doesn't look like they are. Not that it matters. Alright. So let's get these two combined here. These guys need to heal. More rebels running around for absolutely no reason. I don't know what happened to Black, but their entire empire is just falling apart at the moment. Hopefully the AI cannot resist the nice juicy bait of attacking line infantry with their draftees. They absolutely love doing that. Okay. What do we need next? Wireless technology doesn't really get me anything. Let's go for combustion engine for the oil so we can get some artillery. Artillery is very important for very obvious reasons, hopefully. But specifically indirect fire, as well as the ability to remove dug in. Both of those are fairly unique to artillery in the era, and as such, they are very valuable. Oh boy, these rebels. Like, why attack another player? Why not attack the people you're rebelling against? It just doesn't make sense. Go for learning for the extra tech. Guy has 2 oil down there. I only have 1. I'm gonna need more oil to do some of the endgame projects, so I probably have to fight the Poles for that. Unless I can... You know what? I'm hoping they'll get access to oil soon. Wait, did I not see oil down here? I thought I just saw oil in that territory. I guess not. Maybe I'm going crazy. Might have to take it off blue. Yeah, there's a ton of oil in these territories. That's not fair. Alright, well... Not being fair is the name of the game, really. Okay, dumb rebels are dealt with. Wait, is there more? Where is he? Right there. I have a little trouble seeing the gray rebels against the backdrop sometimes. They don't stand out very well, the gray. And they're kind of similar to, like, when just at a glance, it's a little similar to the color I normally use, the green. Okay, going after Moreau next, which looks like a pretty sizable city, to be honest. That's fine. Yeah, they have an ironclad. Not that it's gonna save them, really. What's that? Just a single man of war. We can take him out easily. Alright, well, we are going ironclad hunting. Just get everyone set up so they can get into the city. Now, the elephant cannot, unfortunately. It's unable to cross walls, but everyone else should be okay. Pretty good shots there, honestly. I'm not sure if you can return fire from there. Doesn't look like it. Blue's trying to sneak back around over here. I mean, they're going to lose that fight, even if they do that. So, kind of pointless for them. Really like to grab their oil, which is all in Phaistos. I think the Poles seem a more likely option with Krakow, to be honest. They're the British now. Okay, we don't have any agreement, so let's demand these grievances. We're going to need another army, I think, down here, or to at least supplement the existing army. It'd be great if we could get some artillery, or if we could get a navy as well. Would obviously be very nice. But I have a lot of other things I want to do at the moment. I'm going to wait a turn for them to heal. And Carthage, you're doing good on food. Stability is doing okay. Don't really need anything else. So, more science. Okay, what do you want? Open borders? Sure. That's fine, honestly. Don't really care about the Hittites anymore. They have nothing. There's literally nothing to be concerned about with the Hittites. They're never going to be relevant ever again. Black has somehow taken the fame lead once again. They must have finished a wonder or space something or other. I can upgrade all these to ironclads. Bam, let's do it. Take this guy out. Okay, so there's Moreau. Moreau is a pretty good city, actually. as far as I can tell. Both of these are fairly well developed in terms of production, which means I should be able to retool them to whatever I need. Okay, let's start heading down this way. If I could snipe one of the cities on this continent down here, that would be ideal. It will give me a good place to set up. Aha, I have whale fishing. So, something with whale fishing is when you get into the next era, there is an event that can cause you to not be able to build these anymore. It's a choice that you get. And there is an option to... I think there's one that where you forbid it, regulate it, and then there's another one. So if you forbid it, it destroys the improvement in the existing city and prevents you from building any others. You can regulate it, which just prevents you from building any new ones without destroying an existing one, and moves you along a different ideology axis. And then there's a third choice where you're allowed to continue whale fishing, but there are pretty negative consequences to it. I don't recall what they are off the top of my head. But point is that I like to, when whale fishing becomes available, if I am relying on harbors for food, I like to build it in all my cities as soon as possible so that I can really take that event to regulate it without any real drawback, because I've already built it in all the cities I need it in. Okay. That's a pretty decent navy, honestly. These guys should upgrade to steam frigates now. Yep. Let's get those. Alright. Should have brought my navy over here, actually. That was silly of me. I do control the lighthouse now, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fight them for the oil. That extra 2 oil is all I need. Because I already have 1 up here. You need 3 to do all the projects. Really want that city as well. Okay. So many rebels running around. Okay. Now, if I could sneak over here, that would be great. Seal you. Hopefully they don't have any ships. I didn't see any running around over here though, so I'm gonna take a risk. We'll have you come up to defend in case any bad guys show up. Aha. So I do have the Civic that makes my conscripts and other things a little stronger from Republic. So these are actually decently strong units, despite just being militia. Definitely want to take that mortar out. I think I should be able to wrap this up in 1 turn, maybe. Particularly since I have the steam frigates up here. I think they can... They might be melee only. I don't really use steam frigates at all. Let's find out. Okay, they have a little bit of range. Not a lot. That one's bugged, maybe. Oh no, okay. Yeah, I guess they have to be right next to someone. Oh well. I was thinking they were ironclads for a minute, which is why I thought I could wrap this up. But I need another turn. Nothing really special going on in this combat, obviously. Otherwise I'd inform you, but honestly there's nothing to tell you about, so. Alright. This one's going to be a little weird. We want to kill that mortar right away because it's in direct fire. They're going to be constrained by terrain here just as much as I am, though. Ah, that is excellent for me. Winged Hussars suck to deal with, so just being able to one-shot them like that is amazing. You guys could die. Not like it really matters that much if they do. Easily replaceable at this point. Losses are kind of built into the game once you reach like the industrial in particular. I mean, it's unavoidable, you're going to take some losses, but at this point in the game it should be easy enough to replace them that it's not really an issue. Thankfully they don't have red coats yet, because these guys would be quite a bit stronger. British was kind of a weird pick for them. The AI do like the British a fair bit, though. Not that I blame them. The British are actually a decent culture. Okay. So... of course they... Oh my god, stop it with these stupid rebels, man. It's just wasting my time. Just murderizing some line infantry. And over here, gonna take these guys out. Get up on the land. Yeah, those are ships. We don't want to deal with those. Okay, well, let's start attacking Moreau with our ships. Yeah, ironclads are quite strong. In case you couldn't tell. They also removed Dogen, I believe. Just in case that's an issue. You can kind of replace artillery with them, not fully. They don't have the same kind of range as artillery does. But they're a good substitute if you have a lot of coastal tiles. Can make it work. Okay, tech. Let's grab aeronautics. Pretty much everything else. We're going to need wireless tech because it does lead into more techs that we need later. But everything else, not that important, really. There we go. Okay. Down here, wrap him up. Alright. How's Blue doing? They're going to lose war support. Please don't take Moreau again. Okay, I'm not going to be able to assault Assur, unfortunately. But let's take that guy out. I'll get a couple cities off Blue, though, which is all I can ask for at the end of the day. Let's see, war resolution. Where's... Interesting. Might be worth taking that. I'd rather take Moreau. Ooh, that sucks. Literally one war support short. Well, we'll give up that other territory. And then we'll... Yeah, that's really unfortunate. Maybe we can take this one. Yeah, black isn't really relevant anymore, really. So let's take this territory here, because it kind of gives me a staging point to attack blue again if need be. Oh, very nice. And they're building Eiffel Tower there. Okay. So, we could go for Eiffel Tower, and honestly, that'll give us a lot of industry. I'm going to attach right here. We have very high population in quite a few cities. So, let's get everyone on Eiffel Tower. It'll also give me some fame as well, which is not unappreciated. Okay, the British are just like randomly loitering around my territory. I will literally just kill them with partisans if they attack. So I have no reason to worry about that. Okay, Kerma. Let's get you started on the things we need. Okay, we need a harbor in here for sure to support food. Oops. We need fishery. We need whale fishing. There we go. And over here, low on stability, so can't really do too much. Let's get the high furnace, though. Probably combine Kerma and Moreau, to be quite honest. I don't see a reason to keep them separate cities. No. Let me keep a force over here. Thankfully, there's this crossing right here with that harbor, so I can literally just walk right across. Now, I need to figure out what to do with at least one city, because I'm taking a pretty big penalty to my influence right now from being over the city cap. Share map? Sure, why not? Let's check on my stars. Doing well. Like 7 to 8 more turns for my aesthete stars. A couple more turns for my scientist stars. We're definitely going to push right up to the end game, I think, on this at 300 turns. And that's just kind of the nature of doing a run like this. I'm going to go for that city cap for sure. That is going to help my influence output quite a bit. Okay. Now, let's get the high furnace in here, because we do have a lot of maker's quarters. You want to try to make the infrastructure between these two cities as similar as possible. Yeah, so we're going to need that. Can take them off the Eiffel Tower. I think this has a fertilizer plant. No, it doesn't. Okay, let's take a look. Gold. I actually can't tell. I don't really want to go through searching for all the things that's different, to be honest, even though there's a massive cost to combine those two. Do I have the granary stuff? No, I need it in here. Okay. Actually, why don't we... I can't build an aerodrome in here yet. That makes sense. Let's do the symposium in there. So the symposium, the first person to do a symposium gets some fame. So I might as well get that. Yeah, I'll take that for free. That's fine. And then we can move back towards the Liberty side of the axis to make sure my influence output stays high. Biblos, you need to get me oil. And then you need to get me more science. That'll do for now. Hattusa, you also need to get me more science. And a harbor? 63 food, it's not bad. Down here, also more science. Bam. Bam, 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 bam. And I think of all the infrastructure. Go to Playhouse. Okay. Nessa, I'm going to buy that. And then let's get a couple ironclads, because I want to go after this Polish city down here. Now, yeah, I think they're 2 behind in tech to support my ambitions. Okay. Need like 4-ish turns for that aesthete star, so I'm going to wait for that. Get the fertilizer plants. Grab the playhouse. I don't really need either of those. I'm going to grab mechanization because that reduces unit industry cost, but I don't plan on building any of that infrastructure, honestly. I'm going to make that demand. Okay. Have you pop down there? I'm just going to buy these ironclads, to be honest. Okay, let's get you moving. Get the steam frigates moving so they can support my other navy. Blue is definitely going to be a focus of mine the rest of the game. Yeah, I think black is stuck basically at their current Fane levels. It's very unlikely that they're going to recover from losing these cities. Let's attack brown. Sorry, brown, but not really. Just don't want them interfering in my plans is all. Okay, citizenship. Stability on stuff. That is unnecessary at the moment. If I have issues later, we can look at that, but I am not having issues with it. Okay. I think up here we were doing gold, and I don't have any other gold infrastructure that I really need. That harbor is not worth it. So we're going to keep on going with the market quarters. And Sidon, same story. Okay, and we'll pick up siege cannons, I guess, while we wait. One more turn. And there we go. So I'll definitely pull ahead of black here in the contemporary, I think. So we're going to go for ending the run as soon as we can, because I have relatively limited time to record this in, since I'll be returning to my family for Christmas soon, and I won't have a computer to record anything. So I think we're going to go for the Japanese. Obviously, you could make it work with the Swedes as well, and the Stealth Corvette is kind of nice. Anyone can work. I did a run the other day where I ascended into the contemporary, because by the time you reach the contemporary, you've often scaled up so much that it doesn't matter too much. But let's go for the Japanese, and we'll wrap up this turn as we wrap up this episode. Okay. I really want to kill these. Come on. 1, 2, 3. Okay, elephants. I see, because I can't move through black's territory. I'll pick up military coordination. And that is all for this one. So thanks for tuning in for the industrial era. Pretty solid era. Got a lot done. And we'll see you in the contemporary to wrap this up.